property 4. In a determinant, if any two adjacent rows or columns are interchanged, if any two adjacent rows or columns are interchanged, then you remember that the numerical value or the absolute value of the determinant remains same. The numerical value or absolute value will remain same, but its sign is reversed. That means here you see we are taking a determinant A, which is A1, row wise it is A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. And what is the value of this determinant? It is A1 into B2 C3 minus B3 C2 minus A2 into B1 C3 minus B3 C1 plus A3 into B1 C2 minus B2 C1. Now, if we interchange any two adjacent rows or columns, for example, if we interchange these two columns C1 and C2, that means operating C1 is implied by C2. That means C1 becomes C2 and C2 becomes C1. C1 and C2 represent the first column and second column. C1 is the first column, C2 is the second column. So C1 first column becomes the second column and second column becomes the first column. So this taking this operation, we are getting that it is the determinant of first, second column, because first column it is A2, B2, C2. And first column becomes the second column, it is A1, B1, C1. A1, B1, C1. Third column remains as it is A3, B3, C3. So we are interchanging these two adjacent columns. On interchanging these two, you can also interchange any two adjacent rows. So that means first row and on interchanging first row and second row, we can get the same thing. So here you see on interchanging first column and second column, we are getting this determinant. Its value is equal to how much? Its value is equal to A2 into B1 C3. B1 C3 minus B3 C1 minus A1 into B2 C3 minus B3 C2 plus A3 into it is B2 C1 minus B1 C2 So minus taking common, it is minus taking common A1 into B2 C3 minus B3 C2. Taking minus common, it will be minus A2 into B1 C3 minus B3 C1. And minus taking common here, this plus A3 becomes plus. If we take plus A3, then this will be minus taking common, it will be plus A3 into this term will come first, B1 C2 minus B2 C1. Minus taking common, we are getting this thing. So here you see, it is nothing but, it is the determinant of A. It is A1 into B2 C3 minus B3 C2 minus A2 into B1 C3 minus B3 C1 plus A3 into B1 C2 minus B2 C1. That means it is equal to minus determinant of A. So that means here you see, whenever we interchange in these two adjacent columns C1 and C2, we are getting, after interchanging, we are getting its absolute value to be same. It is determinant of A. But if it is plus A determinant of A, then it will be minus determinant of A. That means its sign will be reversed. So this is the property 4. Next is property 5. In a determinant, if any two, remember any two any two rows or columns are identical, then the value of that determinant is 0. So we will take a determinant A in which first row and third row are identical. Here first row A1, A2, A3, third row A1, A2, A3. So according to this property, the value of this determinant should be 0. So here you see that on interchanging these two adjacent rows are R1, R2 and R3. R2 and R3, these two are adjacent rows. So if we interchange these two adjacent rows, then we know that the absolute value will remain same, but the sign of the determinant will be reversed. That means for this, if it is plus, after interchanging these two adjacent rows, it becomes minus. So according to the previous property, so first row will remain as it is A1, A2, A3. On interchanging these two rows, it will be minus determinant of A1, A2, A3. A1 second row becomes A1, A2, A3. Third row becomes B1, B2, B3. According, if we interchange R2 and R3. Now again, on interchanging first row and second row. That means R1 becomes R2 and R2 becomes R1. Operating this, we are getting that is minus, again minus will come. So minus into minus, on interchanging these two rows, it will be A1, A, second row becomes first row A1, A2, A2, A1, A2, A3. First row becomes the second row A1, A2, A3. And third row will remain as it is. So here you see that minus of this thing, minus of determinant of this thing, it is nothing but it is determinant of A. It is minus of this thing is determinant of A. That means we are getting that determinant of A is equal to minus of determinant of A. That means 2 determinant of A is equal to 0. So determinant A is equal to 0. That means we have proved that the value of this determinant is 0 if any two rows or columns are identical. Property 6, that is, if the elements of any row or column, if the elements of any row or column are multiplied by a non-zero constant, if the elements of any row or column are multiplied by a non-zero constant or a factor, then the whole determinant is multiplied by that constant or that factor. That means here you see, if we take a determinant A, it is A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. If every element of the first row, if we multiply every element of the first row by a non-zero constant k should not be 0. It is a non-zero constant k. So, if we multiply elements of the first row by a non-zero constant k, then this determinant is equal to k times the original determinant this. When you will multiply any row or any column by a non-zero constant k, it is same as the product of non-zero constant k with the determinant this, original determinant. So here you see, we have multiplied the elements of the first row by a non-zero constant k. And we have to prove that this determinant is equal to k into the determinant of A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. It is very simple thing. Here you see on expanding the left hand side, on expanding this determinant, it is equal to k A1 into B2 C3 minus B3 C2 minus k A2 into B1 C3 minus B3 C1 plus k A1 into B1 C2 minus B2 C1. Again taking common k from this, we are getting k into whole this thing. That means k into A1 into B2 C3 minus B3 C2 minus A2 into B1 C2 minus B3 C1 plus A3 into B1 C2 minus B2 C1. And this expression represents the determinant of A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3 multiplied by k. So here you remember that if the elements of any row or any column is multiplied by a constant k, then it is equal to k whole into that determinant. That means again we can say, suppose if I multiply this second column by a constant x, then it will be equal to x into that determinant a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3. If we multiply every element of the second column by a factor x, then it is equal to x into that determinant. So this is all about your property 6. Next is property 7. If every element of any row or any column, consists of 2 or more than 2 terms, then the determinant can be expressed as a sum of 2 or more than 2 determinants. Now here you see, we will take a determinant in which every element of the first row is consisting of 2 terms. So according to this property, this determinant can be expressed as a sum of 2 determinants. If there had been 3 terms in every element of the first row, then we would have been expressed that determinant as a sum of 3 determinants. So here you see that actually we will take the left hand side, and what is the value of this determinant? It is L1 plus M1 into B2C3 minus B3C2 minus L2 plus M2 into B1C3 minus B3C1 plus L3 plus M3 in whole into B1C2 minus B2C1. Now again it is equal to L1 taking common. It is L1 into B2C3 minus B3C2 minus L2 into B1C3 minus B3C1 plus L3 into B1C2 minus B2C1. Similarly, plus M1 into again B2C3 minus B3C2 minus M2 into B1C3 minus B3C1 plus M3 into B1C2 minus B2C1. Now the expression within the first bracket that represents the determinant of L1, L2, L3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Similarly, the expression inside the second bracket that represents the determinant M1, M2, M3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Here we have expressed this determinant in which every element of the first row is consisting of 2 terms. This determinant as a sum of 2 determinants. So this is the property 7.